Hey, it's Charlotte Cheney, and this is Soul Connections. And I haven't been here in a while because, various reasons. But one of the reasons is I've been live on my small private Facebook group. Actually, it's not that small. But so if you're not a part of that group, please ask to join it, or it's Charlotte Soul Connections private group. I can add a link here to join that for you guys. So it's all women right now. So we're going to leave it like that. We've got some really cool stuff going on, some great connecting. And so I have been speaking there about once a week, taking about half an hour and talking about different areas of self-care. And so I think it's been pretty effective. So today I'm happy to be here, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not disappeared. I'm just showing up there. I'm going to try and show up here also. So I'm so excited. We have been working so hard. I've been telling you about my soul work journal that's coming out. Oh, hey, Gemma. Good to see you. So this is the cover of it. I think by my lighting, I'm married to my lighting specialist, and I also have to kick him out when I do these videos because my ADD goes everywhere. So when he's in my space, I get really distracted. So anyway, here it is. Isn't it beautiful? So it's now available. If you go to my website, which is charlottesoul.com, there's a little pop-up now that says, download. So if you already have the journal, this is an updated version. And let me just give you a couple samples of, there's a welcome and a description on how to go through the journal. And this is going to come out in print in the summer. We're going to release it. Oh, there we go. Different areas talking about SEEP, becoming aware of yourself. And this is intended for you to do on your own. The first page is going to be, where am I today? You're just going to kind of assess yourself. And again, this, as I'm saying always, this is not something you're going to come back and tell someone or whatever. This is just a personal guide. And so we can be so difficult on ourselves. We're like, okay, where am I spiritually? Well, heck, I haven't been to church in 5 years. This is not an opportunity to evaluate or beat yourself up. Just check in with yourself. So where are you spiritually? Well, are you comfortable where you are? Where would you like to be? But this is not the space to just condemn yourself for being human. And this is just a space for you to identify where you are and to grow. So you can look back on this and be like, wow, I've really grown. And so a really important, okay, here's another thing. Wholeness Goal Planner. And he's really going to like this. We've worked very, very hard on it, and I'm so thrilled, and it's beautiful at also. So then you get into the week, and then this is a little reminder, and the way it's going to be lined up in the book, it'll be like this. And so you'll just ask these questions, and you've got an opportunity to say, what am I grateful for? And how would my life be without this thing that I'm grateful for? So you can really check in with yourself. Sometimes we forget the things that we're grateful for. And then there's a little rulers down here to kind of measure where you are. And so then at the end of the week, right now, what you're able to download for free is this 1 week of this journal, and you can download more of them. But hopefully you're going to want the book because it'll be just a keepsake for you to have with your stuff. So at the end of the week, we have weekly reflections. We kind of go through and how have I grown this week? Where am I being stretched? What obstacles did I face? How could I have handled my challenges differently? What small steps can I make to move closer to my goals? And then there'll be a word with a definition down there to inspire you. And then an opportunity to just have a little weekly reflection. And so anyway, I know it's going to be a big hit. I'm so excited about it. But the thing is with it is it's important that you stop and you take time, and hey, Lisa, is you take time and you work on this stuff. So why is SEEP so important? Why is journaling so important? What does it matter how my spiritual, environmental, emotional, or physical life is? What matters is that life happens. Right? We have crises that come along, and it's a cancer diagnosis, it's a storm, it's a fire, it's a fight, it's somebody marrying someone you don't like, it's you know, whatever it is, your world is going to be rocked. And so if you are so stretched and so out of touch with your soul and yourself, then these things come along and you just, bam, crash, or you just explode, or you go and get high or drink, or, you know, get lost in your computer game, or whatever it is. You're just not able to connect with life because you didn't have any margin. And I've shared before that this is something I've really learned on the yoga mat, is margin is so, like, learning to be still and breathe. And it's hard to do. And if that's something that's really a struggle for you, I'm going to suggest you take a class, whether it's yoga or meditation or some type of a prayer group or something where you go and you're forced to be still. And so once you're forced in that situation, you start breathing and identifying with the blessings of being still, being in God's presence. You will then long for it. It won't be such a chore, but at first it is a really big chore. And another way to start it is not really doing the journal per se, but maybe to take an app. I've done this before, I've shared with you before, is a meditative app. Insight Timer is one, for example. I think Headspace is one. And, you know, I take them in my prayer room. I have a prayer room upstairs, or you know, I don't think a lot of people have a prayer room, but if you have a space where you can be alone and make it really nice for you, that's comfortable for you. And I've got my little cup of coffee. I love this little utters. And, you know, just go and be still, and don't just set your sights up that every day I'm going to do this and it's going to be this and that. And then when that doesn't happen, you fail. Just make one baby step, move a little bit closer to where you want to be. So if we set these giant goals, one thing I talked about last week in our private group was the one word concept for, instead of a New Year's resolution, because I think one thing we know for sure is New Year's resolutions are not working. It's a great time to kind of jumpstart and connect with yourself and where do I want to be, but nobody that I've seen seems to have life changes in the new year. But this new concept is the one word. And so taking a word and is so much easier than setting this lofty goal and then just saying, oh, I blew it, I'll start again next week. You know, the same thing actually is true with diets. That's what I've learned this year in my health journey with not dieting, is that we know if we, there's my dog. If we set out to do something and then we don't do it the way its system is, then we quit. Whereas if we just set out to make one step better, or just make one little, oh no. Hey, shh, no, sorry. If we just set out to make one piece better, and that's where SEEP is, Tally. That's enough. That's where our SEEP is. Like, you know, how am I spiritually? Personally, I remember like a month ago, I was really convicted that I wasn't spending wasn't spending enough time with God, and I've really used the rudder to kind of change that and make a conscious effort to do that more. And I'm really being blessed by it. You're going to be blessed by it. I am so excited with what God is doing in my life right now. I am growing so much as an individual, and emotionally I'm growing. So let's move on environmentally. Again, just this is something that's really important to me, having been in a household where I was walking on eggshells for a long time. That's one of the really important things. I really want to make sure people are aware of their environment. Are you walking on eggshells? Or, you know, a lot of people's environment is mess. And there was an article out this week, that I saw this week, about the scientifically proven that clutter is depressing. And so, you know, again, that's an environment thing. So if you're going to do this journal, you're going to have an opportunity to check in with yourself. And again, not beat yourself up, not like, okay, I am not, you know, my house is a mess or whatever, but more like, gee, you know, I realize I've gotten a little lackadaisy about this. And, oh, you know, I forgot that I was wanted to decorate that or whatever. So just sort of writing it down and being accountable to yourself emotionally. Personally, I am like just so excited where I'm headed emotionally. I am going through just tremendous healing still. So I've just had a lot of trauma in my former marriage and other life traumas that I'm still dealing with and getting well. And it's just so exciting to invest time and get well. And I know that it's going to affect the people around me. So physically, how am I doing physically? That's probably a weakness right now, but I'm still working on it. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I've gotten to a point where I realize what I do really like physically is yoga. And so I'm trying to do that as often as I can. And it's stretching and it's strengthening and it's inner soul building for me. And I enjoy it. And I feel really good. So going to the gym and beating myself up in a big fast class never makes me feel good, but it does for other people. Running makes people feel good. It's not something that I feel good. So if you identify what works for you, you're more likely to do it. So these are just little steps, but I just really want to encourage you to go get this journal, download it and do it. And then come back and tell me about it. Tell me about it. So another thing that I'm promoting is coaching. And so coaching is not counseling, but it is, I have a coach. I'm so excited. I just hired a new mentor coach for I'm trying to get more certification with coaching and ICF certification. And anyway, just to kind of keep my education going and growing as a individual and as a coach and to provide more for you all. But it's so like my need for a coach is, okay, well, I want to get this accomplished, but I'm not really getting there. I'm like sort of stuck. I know what needs to be done, but I'm not doing it. So to hire a coach, then I'll say, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. And so we'll talk about the right steps that need to be there. And I know as a coach, she's going to let me identify what I need to do. She's not going to tell me what I need to do. And then the next time we meet, she's going to check in and say, okay, did you start that? Now, if I didn't, she's not going to be like, you idiot, right? It's not going to be like that at all. It's just going to be like, well, Charlotte, what could you said you really wanted to get here. What could have been better that would have made that situation more doable for you? And so that's what coaching is. And so we all need it. You want to do the SEEP journal? Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's I want to spend more time and I cannot discipline myself to do it. Maybe I want to walk or whatever and I just can't discipline myself to do it. Hiring a coach, somebody to check in with you is really worth it. You're really going to get a lot out of it because you're going to get closer to where you want to be, and that's going to make all your life goals better. So one thing I'm offering is group coaching, and that's at a discount because more people will be there in the group, and we'll do it on a computer. And so we'll do video, so everybody will be able to see everybody. And again, it'll be completely confidential, but just a great way to learn from each other. So anyway, I'm so glad you're here today, and I hope you'll download my journal and go to my website, which is charlottesoul.com. And also, this is Soul Work for Cancer that I'm just beginning to release right now. And if you're local and you can come, we're going to have an opening of the book launch at my house on March 18th, I believe. So text me or private message me for more details. And please come. It's so exciting. I'm so excited to have the support of my friends and my family. And this is an incredible book. And it's my journey going through cancer, and it'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you wonder. It'll make you think, and it'll bless you. And it'll bless those you love. Everybody's got someone they love with cancer right now, for sure. And so read it yourself, give it to someone, but just let it be a part of that journey. And also just let people know I can come and talk about it. And I just share my story, and it's an interesting story, and there's a lot to it. And so anyway, thanks for being here. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to tell you right now, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, and all that is in your path will be better. Bye.